Hello and welcome to Daybreak Africa on KAFTAN television. My name is Miracle Odunayo.
And my name as usual is Ikhonede Joshua Adeji. Welcome once again to Daybreak Africa from our studio here in Ondo State. And good morning, guys.
Good morning.
All right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, it's Daybreak Africa, and yes, it's time to go straight into our discussions for today. Today we'll be looking into the Nigerian political scene, 2027 in view, particularly the presidential seat. And you know, if you look at the country as we speak, a lot of movements are happening. It seems this is the earliest we've seen a lot of actions taking place towards 2027. And recently we saw governors from various states, over 20 governors, in one way or the other endorsing the current president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And we even saw many of them defecting. Recently, more enough of Akwa Ibom State even defected to the All Progressive Congress. And we are seeing all these things happening. And likely, Senator Ndume, Ali Ndume particularly represents Borno South, who happens to be one of the most controversial senators actually in Nigeria, came out in a recent interview to say that in 2013, 22 governors endorsed Goodluck Jonathan, but still it did not, turn out well for him. So definitely Ali Ndume, pities President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and feels that this governorship endorsement is not going to transcend into anything positive towards him. And today we'll be looking at this particular statement. Does governorship endorsement, governor's endorsement, do you think it does actually counts when it comes to Nigerian politics, looking at the fact that governors have huge influences on those who vote in their state? To discuss with us, we have a political analyst with us in the studio. He's a friend of the house, someone you know so well in the person of Gbenga, Ajisafe. Welcome to the show, sir.
Yes,
welcome to the show,
it's my pleasure being here this morning.
It's our pleasure having you actually this morning.
Thank you very much. Sure.
Yeah. So, straight into our discussion today. You saw the defection of Umueno and some governors actually in Nigeria. Many of them even still maintaining their status in the opposition, but endorsing one way or the other Bola Ahmed Tinubu. How do you feel about these moves from the governors and all that?
Everybody have his right to do such things. You cannot say you don't have rights. We are looking at it as if the political class will always have their interests, and their interest is towards Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which is the president now. The fact it will give them more wing, more zeal in terms of them also committing him to support them. I rub your back, rub my back pattern. So that is just the hallmark of the endorsement so far. So they are coming out to show him that he's a leader they can believe in, and they have trust in him. So they are endorsing him for that leadership quality they have seen in him for the past 2 years.
2 years, yeah. But do you think that, according to, let's take Ali Ndume's statement. We know how elections go in Nigeria. Even though some people out there will never agree with us. We know once governors are involved in your matter, the likely chance of you winning that state is very high. But now, Senator Ali Ndume came out to talk about the fact that in 2013, we all know how 2023 played out, to a point that by the time it was getting to 2014, lots of defections were just happening, and the momentum for President Muhammad Buhari became very high, and then he finally became the president of Nigeria, despite the fact that in the previous year, 22 governors endorsed Goodluck Jonathan. And Ali Ndume brought it out to the open, saying that the governor's endorsement is not going to count this particular time. Do you think Ali Ndume was being sincere with his statement?
Yes, you have a point. We cannot put that point outside the context of what we are discussing this morning. That 22 governors did not mean that you have won the presidential elections. I think if giving a reference to that, and that reference is new. It's too fresh, and everybody can check his facts. That 22 governors also endorsed the former president, which is Goodluck Jonathan. So, and he shows that he did not win. So we have to trickle down to the people. Is it the will of the people? If those the governors are not so popular the way we think they are popular in their states, So make so that the president will not just be looking at as if you have governors that have supported him, and how rooted are those governors. I think that should also be checked also. So the governors should we can come, but are they that strong in their state? Are the people following them the way they are popular? Are they popular in their state? So all these things are things that the president should look into. So he should not just conclude that these people have endorsed him and should go and sleep. I think he's just trying to tell him that he should work hard than for him to relax now. That the oppositions are also gearing up to contest against him.
Speaking of working hard, because I feel like 22 out of 36 states, that's a lot. If you are receiving, if you are receiving that kind of support from governors in the country that you want, I feel like it's a lot. So do you still need hard work again? Since the governors are by your side, like you have them in your space, you can talk to them, okay, talk to your people for me, talk to people on my behalf. Do you still need to put more, like work harder?
Yeah, you need to work. As a matter of fact, what Senator Ndume said is a fact. That is not as easy as we see it. Because the 222 governors endorsed, it just showed that the governors are in support of the president. But we have to trickle down to the people.
Okay.
Because these are the facts. This governor did not vote. They have votes, but they cannot say this is direction to their state. So the effect of those governors in their state will tell whether they have the masses behind them or not. So they should also work. That's why they have to work harder in a sense of those areas that they affect the people are lacking in terms of security. You know, he talks so much about security because he came from a place whereby insecurity is affecting him. As a senator, you came whereby your people complain almost every day that I cannot go to farm. I cannot. Why are you there for us? Why you don't speak our mind? So, you know, in his own part, he was saying it so that the president will look at it so that he can work towards those areas that is the masses that vote, not the governors.
It's the masses that vote, not the governors. But let's look at a bit at insecurity, because I know that's one of the things Ali Ndume keeps talking about all the time. In fact, one of the senators that spearheads the high amounts of money we allocate for insecurity, for security in the country, he's one of the major people that endorses such. And many people have called him out. I remember last week we were having an interview with Bimbo. Yeah, Bimbo in the studio. And Bimbo Gbenga actually, he was talking about the fact that looking at a place like Benue, Plateau State, many of the insecurities they have been experiencing has been from a very long time.
It didn't just start.
And it didn't just start.
Yes.
And in that, he used Benue as a very beautiful example, because he talked about the fact that George Akume, who happens to be the current secretary to the government of the Federation, David Mark, one of the longest serving Senate presidents in this country, Autumn, and many of them comes from that state. And they have the capacity to at least do something to ensure that their state is secure. Even if the government is not working, they themselves can do something from within. And he made examples of people like Rotimi Akeredolu of blessed memory, who, when Ondo State was experiencing a kind of height insecurity, he did not wait for it to escalate into something
proactive
to the level that we're having in Borno State today. He did a whole lot to ensure that he nipped the whole thing in the bud quick by creating the Amotekun and all that.
Yes.
And he talked about the fact that many of the states in this country, they collect security votes. They collect, and sometimes even the security architecture of the country. I remember that when President Muhammad Buhari became president in Nigeria, that one of the first moves was even to move the army quarters to Borno to combat the insecurity there. Now, do you think Ali Ndume is being sincere with this whole issue of insecurities that is even happening in Borno State, in the sense that even his own impacts personally, because it feels many of these things that has to do with security especially, they are dropping it only to the table of the president. None of them in their sector happens to have much they are doing. Don't you think to a very large extent they themselves has their blames to also, you know, just accept based on the insecurities they experience in their states?
Of course, they have a lot to contribute. As a matter of fact, being the senators of the Federal Republic of Nigerians, give them rooms to summon the chief of staffs, to ask day-to-day reports on the security situation of Nigerians. I think they should be giving them reports so that they will know how far they have gone and how are they managing those
issues,
issues, and what would the best solutions also. Not only that, they should be able to ask questions. The committee on those things should be able to ask questions about how do we think the best way to stop these issues. So day-to-day engagement with all this chief security will help them to give back reports to their people. I think that is the interface they should be having. They should be having interface with this security architecture. They should be able to call them to ask them how far have we gone. So this is our achievement so time. So what about this area? Because my people have been telling me that we have a problem here. So what are we doing about this? These are areas that these senators
can also come in.
Can also come in, give reports, take report from them, go back to their constituency, tell them how things are being run and what they are expecting in a couple of times, a couple of weeks, a month, and what are those. These are things that can give people confidence and hope that people are working, seriously working. And that's why some people say those senators normally come back home from Abuja. Most of them should go back to their constituency and ask how is their people feeling, and how what are those things that you felt you can contribute. These are things that they can do in their own little way. They can gather reports, gather intelligence from their people and give to the security architectures because they are very close to their people and they have confidence in them. So these people can give them information. But then from there they can give to the chief security to work on.
But then I wanted to ask a question too as well. Now let's take a look at the strength of the opposition right now. From your own hand, do you think an opposition right now can really unseat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu with this whole trajectory of how things are going? Recently, some of them were even one was even blaming the issues in his party on the president too as well. They've talked about many moves they are making on the other ground. But from your own perspective, being an analyst, do you think any momentum is already coming from the oppositions, especially the said coalition?
If they get it right, they will bring out a beautiful, collected coalition that can fight and give the president a run for his money. If they get it right, I use that word, get it right. Because the problem they're having now, I want to believe is because of their egos. Everybody have this mindset that I want to become the president. All of you cannot become the president. You have to sacrifice, and that is what brought about APC today. APC sacrifice. You can see the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the president of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, sacrificed the vice president just for Buhari to become the president. He did not say, I want to become the vice president, because when he listened to what he said in 2023, he said they offered him the vice president ticket and he rejected it because of Muslim ticket. I think that was his mindset that time, that some of people say you are being the vice president, and he said no. Reason because the two of them were Muslim. That was why he rejected it that time. And singularly he brought a pick,
Professor Yemi Oshibajo.
Yes, to become the vice president then. That is sacrifice. Sacrifice, that is a huge sacrifice. Most of these coalition leaders that are forming now, can they sacrifice such things? Can they sacrifice their presidential slots for them to win? If they are not selfish, they can do that. But if they have the interest of their self at heart and not the interest of Nigerians, they cannot able to bring out a formidable coalition to foresee or bring out APC in this power. So that is
just the harsh truth.
That is the harsh truth. That is the simple truth. If they are not able to have this interest of bringing out their egos and making sacrifice, that okay, what is the permutation? What are we bringing? Who is assisting? Who is going to be? So those are the permutations they should get right. I think that is the only way they can form a formidable coalition that can unseat the present APC government.
But then, looking at unseating the present APC, one of the things because you talked about the place of sacrifices amongst the coalition, specifically the coalition, because recently I was hearing about permutations of Atiku Obi, I was hearing another permutation of maybe Atiku Amechi,
yeah.
maybe El-Rufai Obi and all that. And they are not even talking about being the coalition are not even talking about the fact that maybe they want to come under totally the PDP to become a political party. Recently, they were talking about the SDP. We all know SDP belongs to Adewale Adebayo, who happens to seem to be a stronghold actually in the SDP. Then, looking at Labour Party, Obi is still in Labour Party. He has not left Labour Party.
Yes.
And one of the things that I think let's even make a juxtapose of 2013 and year 2025. In 2013, we know that by this time, we have already known the name of the party we are going towards. By this time, 2013, everybody already knew APC. In fact, the name APC 2013 was already a trending stuff. By 2014, it was a follow-up to a point down to everything. But by now, we don't even have a pictured political party yet.
Yes.
For the sake of this. So, some are saying that maybe they are frustrating them to get a name, get registered and all that. Now, do you think that in the space of mid-2025, because we are in mid-2025 already, we are already in June,
Yeah.
and 2027, let's say probably 2026, by May 2026, they are already going to be able to come up with a formidable party that we can go towards, or maybe it's still going to be on the divided front?
I want to tell you this, that these people are not ready for new party. What they are trying to do is to look for existing party, to use that existing party to achieve their aims. So they don't want to formulate new party. What they are doing is to look for a party they can use, existing party that has registered already, because that will frustrate them enough before taking time to register another party. So what they want to do is look for existing party, clamp on it, use it to fly the ambition. So that is just what they want to do. So by and large, we have not seen every party that they are talking about ADC, some of them talking about SDP. So we've not seen
any of those
parties they want to use now. So maybe at the time, before the end of the year, we see how their egos will lead them to. Because I want to become president. How many people want to become president? Is it Atiku? Is it Amechi? Is it everybody like to become president? Is it Obi? So let's see. And who is ready to sacrifice? Let's see who is sacrificing A, who is sacrificing B. So those are the areas that we now seeing them being serious as an opposition. I want to come out and tackle. But they want, this is my own take. My own take is that they are not using PDP, either they're using LP. So they want to use new party that have been existing. It can be SDP, it can be ADC. Yeah, I think those are the romance they are making now.
But then I'm kind of just skeptical, Sha. We all know PDP used to be the most powerful party in Nigeria. Now, PDP is not even an option for the opposition because they are not even looking at PDP as something they even want to move to. Now, what do you think happens to PDP? Because even PDP has more governors than any of these other parties that he mentioned. Or do you think anything is wrong with the People's Democratic Party right now? And anything they can do to actually revamp that party to, be of standard
the way it
used to be?
I want to believe that PDP is a party that have used and most people we are talking today, even the so-called Senator Ali Ndume is part of the camp PDP that came to APC.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Well, so we talk about those people who are there. They are the one that see the party. They are the leaders in that party, and they have used the party and they have done it. So the party must go back again to the drawing board and start all over. Start all over in the sense that the BOT must get involved and make a stand, and that is how the structure begin. So the structure begin with the BOT. So let them go back to the BOT and see how they can come back and fight the kind of fight they have been fighting before now. But without that, the party is not going to stand any test of time anymore longer, because you can see how their governors have been in the camp on a weekly or monthly basis. So it shows that they don't have any strong leaders there anymore to woo or to bring them back home. I think that is the problem they have now. So most of the governors are leaving, senators are leaving, reps are leaving. So it shows that the party is not getting stronger, it's getting weaker. So PDP for today, I don't see them coming close to the battlefield to contest. I don't see them having tickets to fighting for the presidency this time around.
Wow.
How the mighty fall. I think that's one of the things that even scares me the most this particular time, because I like a good fight. For someone like me, I like a good fight. Remember recently we were talking about the one-party system that President Bola. But do you think the opposition are just throwing blames to the president or not?
It's not his fault now.
Did he stop them from defecting?
It's a strategy that he's using. But you also have strategies also. If we want to contest, it's an open
floor.
So I have my own tactics. The tactics he's using now is to lobby, to influence people, to tell them about his party, for people to come around. You cannot hold him for that. He's not forcing anybody. He's not coerce them to come to his party, but he's showing them something
maybe different,
beautiful, something nice, something good for them to come in, for their interest, for the interest of the peoples. These are things that strategies. Now other parties can do this same. Call people, woo them, tell them what you have for them, and give them all this platform to contest also. It could be for free. It could be incentive that, okay, so, and most people have to drop their ego also. Should not say because of me, because it's the turn of a particular region now. So the effect, this is our own turn. So if you want to play the politics, you must look at all these angles.
All
the factors surrounding it. It's okay, who do you think you can bring out? Among them, all these people that are fighting, that have interest, who do you think can be sellable apart from party leave party, candidate, personality, who can match Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who have the finance, who have the political
wherewithal,
who do you think is known across the 30 states? They have structures apart from parties, that if you left one party, it's coming down, how strong it is. These are things that all these people have to sit down and check. So if you are checking it, you know, okay, this person can single-handedly win 5-6 states, no matter the party is in. These are people you can bring on board. That's okay, we can believe that Obi can win 6 or 5 states. Is it possible? In the southeast, say yes, okay, let's give him a shot. What about the northeast, north central, north? No. So these are areas that APC gets right that time. They know they are bringing Muhammadu Buhari from
north.
CPC, yes, from the north, and they felt okay if you can have a majority there. And who are those majorities? They begin to lobby some PDP senators that time. I think Senator Ali Ndume is part of those senators. He said 22 senators was lobby.
During that period, yeah.
During that period, 22.
Bukola Saraki.
Bukola Saraki, yes now. Bukola Saraki. So most of those, the governors are part. These are 22 senators. Was lobby. Bukola was still the governor.
Was the governor of Kwara State.
Kwara State. So he was part of Amechi Governors Forum
that's defected to the APC.
Ali Ndume was a senator.
Call senator then.
So, and he had to do with this 22. He was Ali Ndume was part of 22 senator from the PDP
that defected to
APC. So, and he's saying that another 22 again. So that 22 is part of what he's saying. So we should be mindful of anything 22 because 22 governor endorsed Jonathan and he lost. 22 governor and the 22 senator defected from PDP to APC and then win. So 22 governor can endorse you if you don't have 22 senators.
Maybe reverse could be the case this time around. But before we even go into that aspect, let's just take a short break. Let's take Go Start. After Go Start, we come back straight to our discussions and draw our conclusions from it. So please enjoy Go Start. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, it's still Daybreak Africa. I hope you enjoyed Go Start. I hope you're going to do something with it. I don't even need to tell you. In fact, this today, I'm not in an advice mode. If you like, do. If you like, don't do. It's your problem. At the end of the day, you'll be. I should not be wicked. Okay, I will try not to be wicked in the actual sense, but try, please. Please, I will love you if you do something about what you learned with Go Start. Nigeria needs people out there doing one thing or the other. That little thing you start today could be the Tesla of tomorrow. That's just the asterisk. So please do it. But then we have been discussing about the presidential tussle for 2027. We have been, taking cognizance of the statement of Ali Ndume, Senator Ali Ndume, actually, where he said he doesn't believe that the governorship endorsement President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has received actually counts. But then one of the things he also raised was the fact that some things are happening within the country right now that could hinder President Bola Ahmed Tinubu from becoming president in 2027. Talking about hunger in the land, talking about insecurities, talking about a whole lot of that, a whole lot of this. Now, I was trying to think through something. With Obasanjo, we experienced the same thing. With Yar'Adua, I think Yar'Adua was lucky. I feel Yar'Adua was lucky because he spent just barely over 2 years. Even in the 2 years, lots of hospitals, back and forth, then finally death and all that. But then in those periods, he had some strands of improvement, some strands of development that was attached to him, even though he didn't use the full stretch of his tenure. We had Goodluck Jonathan. In fact, these same issues were the issues that made us to say, we don't want you anymore, sir. We had President Muhammad Buhari, who many believed was going to be the Messiah, and saying he was going to tackle this, tackle that, but still, at least, even he tackled some raised their heads at the end of the day. Now we're having President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The same Ali Ndume is here talking about the fact that these issues could take you out, talking about a whole lot of things and all that, because these same problems still lingers. Now, we've tried, technically, 5 people in this our democracy. We are still in the same quagmire, same issues,
stuck with the same problem.
Now, do you think the president is the problem? What do you think actually is the problem that is making most of these issues linger? Because I was taking a look at many of the policies. I saw these policies, they have it in the United States, they have it in the UK. It's working fine. Why here? It's not working.
Well, policy that is used in UK, maybe in America, can work in those areas, may not work here in Nigeria. The reason is that there's a lot of things that we have to put into considerations about, put into factors at we are different in so many things. The first thing is our languages differ, our cultures are differ, our ethnic background also are differ. So problem solutions that can apply in Niger Delta, we have, when Obasanjo came in, it was Niger Delta agitation for resource controls. And that is the problem then. That was 1999. He escalated to
2007
when his predecessor,
Yar'Adua
came on board. And I think that was why Jonathan was given vice president. It was part of those agitation so that you could go to look into it. And Yar'Adua came up with these ideas and set up a committee to go and give them what we call, what is that program again? There's this name, they give this Niger Delta presidential pardons and
amnesty program.
Yes, amnesty program. And he did a fantastic job. The amnesty work. The Niger Delta are part of the GIS now. They are giving a lot of programs we are giving to their youth. Most of them drop their weapons and they embrace the federal government policies and they start working. So, that work in the South, but the same brain we are trying to, they want to deploy the same policy to the northern part, which is where the Boko Haram, the insecurity, we are much, but it did not yield any effect. So most of them we are brought back, giving presidential pardons. The security problem did not solve. It shows that policy is not working
in the north.
So they have to
re-strategize.
Exactly. What are we going to do? This policy is not working. So what is the brain behind fundamental rights, woman, jihadists, kidnapping? We have to look into it. Is it our borders? Do we need to close border? They have been working on border closures. We have some sister countries that have been helping us to match these bandits and Boko Haram insurgents from not coming from other countries. How do we tighten our borders? Is it lack of economic powers that those people don't have? Is it religion? Because so many things are attached to it. Some people are claiming that if you are doing jihadists, you are doing the righteous way. And if you kill people, you have an reward in somewhere if you die. So these are part of religion angle. We are looking at it. So if we are attacking it, if you want to tackle those things, we have to bring scholars. It doesn't mean we bring military. We have to bring scholars that know how do we change this mindset.
People,
yeah, of course,
with the mindset.
We have to bring scholars. We have to bring those scholars that teaches those things on board to be part of these things and say, look, how do we stop this preaching or this fundamentalist? So these are part of areas that they have to think also. So it's not as if we are going to, if these people have this mindset that if they are die, they are going to a particular place that they are going to be given some reward. They will be a suicide bombers. Somebody will just feel that, okay, because the mindset is that die and go and take your reward. That is the mindset that brings him to this. And somebody who has that mindset don't care of living. You don't care of reward. The reward he believes is somewhere, not here. So you give him money, you know abide. If you tell him, wife, you tell you this is nothing. You don't want all these things. So how do you change such mindset? So that's why we need some scholars, some Islamic scholars, to assist also in security in terms of what is. These are strategies that the federal government should look into. Not these people have a lot of money. I see them on social media how they are counting money, but I don't think that is the money issues. We go beyond the money, so we should bring scholars also to assist us, to tell us how do we work on this, so that we can able to achieve a peace. And those who are sponsoring it, there are some set of people that are sponsoring this violent thing. So we should be able to narrow down and fish them out and make sure that we brought them to book. These are areas that we can work also. so that the government will not be seen as if they are just working and buying those people and telling them that we are part of the society. They could be part of the society. There are so many things that need to be done apart from those people that we are going to be recruiting. They recruit almost every day. So how do we manage that also? It's an area that the government should also look in.
I think that's a lot actually, because and it's quite worrisome, because one of the things I picked there was you saying that some policies works in the United States, it will never work here. Our cultures differ, our languages differ,
our religion,
not even even though it looks as if it's the same, because they'll say it's the I feel even the Christianity of the United Kingdom is not the Christianity of Nigeria. Because even Nigerian branches in Nigeria,
there are so many doctrines,
doctrines, indoctrinations, a whole lot of things.
Somebody who's worshiping where they say they should not wear slippers or stand to their church. It's not part of the doctrines. So if you now come in with your shoes and you are violating his rights, because for you bringing shoes, these are part of. So if you are saying somebody, we have so many things that divided us.
Even our mindset, to me, our mindset, the way we think is different.
Recently, you see this way you think. I was coming to the office. If you are coming through the GRA, there is a one-way area route that they will know, okay, don't pass this one way, turn this way. So there was this guy that just ran into the one way and just.
Some people still pass that.
I told that guy that, do you like yourself? This road you are passing through. He said nothing happened. And I told the same guy, if you go to the United States that you claim that you are comparing this country with, do you know you will not try this thing? He said, that one is United States.
So yeah, you can practice it.
Automatically it seems even the people don't have they don't like the change they actually try to vote for sometimes. They don't like the things and I like the analogy you brought out, talking about, look at Niger Delta now, that they were violent. They came out with their violence, with their gun. We know the reason why they are fighting. They stayed true to the reason. It's because of the Ogoni land. We are carrying guns. We are carrying this. And the minute government brought something like the amnesty, everybody, till tomorrow, their arms are down.
Of course, there's no bomb. There's no oil bomb. There's no
oil bombing.
There's no oil bombing.
No sabotage. Nothing.
For now.
And they are doing the but now with the ones in the north, the kidnappers, the bandits, the Boko Harams, I don't even know this one they say Lakurawa, I don't know.
All those sets they are all militia sets.
ISWAP.
They have just given themselves names.
Government wants to call them, begins to try to de-radicalize some, do this thing, but the insecurity is not going down. So it seems as if it's more like a sabotage, or maybe the kind of language to be spoken to each sect. Don't you think, if that be the case, because it seems as if any president that comes will still experience the same issue, don't you think it's high time we review our structure as a country that even determines how our leader operates? Or maybe like the regionalism we used to have, where we know North has their own premier, the West has their premier, the East has their premier, and there's just someone in the center that we know represent us. Don't you think that will work fine?
I think the president have done one wonderful thing that I've not been able to stipulate here. He have meetings with the northern governors sometime this year, early this year, last month or last 2 months. I saw that clip, and I want to believe that these are what they deliberated on. They make it. The official statement was that not being given much details, but security is the hallmark of what they discuss. And inwardly, they want to have lasting peace in that region. The leaders, the areas, they have seen it that they are not safe if they don't find meaningful ways to solve these problems. After all, you are killing your own brothers and sisters. You are destroying the economic of that state, of that region. It's affecting the whole northern peoples. People can no longer go to farms. People don't have trust in the systems that they have now. So that shows that they also want peace. And if they are genuinely in it. The federal government, they have that face with the president, and the president have sit with them. And I saw them, it's on 19 of them. They're having that robust
report.
Yes, with the president. I see that language, and I know that this is the right step in the right direction. If the governors in that region bring their elites, their scholars to meet the president, and the president have his dialogue with all this set of people, and then they have it in white and blacks, and these are the direction they felt can help solve this problem. And the president have those black and white and go back to Abuja and work with it. I think it's the best for all. Because you are closer to your people. The president cannot be in Borno, Kebbi, Kano, Katsina
at the same time.
So it's you that reside there. You know your people, you know the problems. You give him the first information. It is for him now to take those information and tell the chief of staff, the chief of defense, for them to work on it. All these security architectures to start putting something
in place
with that report that we are giving to him. So these are areas that you can have lasting peace in that region. The governors should sit up, and the senators and the rep also should be close to their people and bring false information.
But don't you think many of the security issues we have in there, don't you think it's politically motivated?
You cannot rule out politics among all this.
Out of it, yeah.
No, you cannot rule out politics. Politics is part of it. Religions is part of it. So they use many prefaces to achieve these aims. But politics is part of it also.
But then let's talk a bit about this bromance between Nigerian governor and the president. I'm not understanding it. I think this is the first time in my entire life in this country I'm seeing even opposition governors having this rapport with him to a very large extent. I used to feel, even when President Muhammad Buhari was president, I know there were governors that were never his friends. They don't even meet, they don't joke, they don't play together. One of them is the current FCT minister, Nyesom Wike. Always on his neck. We had Fayoshe too, always on his neck, and many others like that. But we are seeing in this Tinubu's tenure, Rotimi Amechi made a statement recently. He said, these governors are not like the governors of his own set.
Yes.
Where anything the president is doing, they are always
on his neck.
On his neck, giving him problem. It seems this set of governors, anything the president wants to do, they just give him good.
Let him do what
let him do whatever. And people are talking about, is it because of the fact that they are now receiving 3 times the allocations they are receiving? So they are just playing.
It's like a short top.
Just collect money and they are just playing boss to him. And some are talking about the little sabotages they are having on local government autonomy in Nigeria. Truthfully, we claim that this year we have local government autonomy, but the monies are not totally reflecting. I was seeing some of the April FAC allocations discourse and saw some of the money. I was shocked that the local government chairman of Ondo West in April got over 500 million naira. So I'm still looking at bringing him over to the show to ask questions. Sir, how was it spent? Let's be sincere with ourselves. But people came out to talk about the fact that somehow there's a bit of sabotage and this kind of bromance, you know, and they feel maybe the president is just doing it for political reasons. Do you think that's the case we're having with this current administration?
I want to tell you this, that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu have the experience to galvanize what we are saying today. It's not, he has been there. 1 time senator, 2 times governor. He know how to manage people. That's why he's achieving all these things you are saying. He's using opposition for his government. That shows that one, others did not do it. He's the only person that tried it. It was about Obasanjo. I used Bola Ige, and Bola Ige did not last for long. And the Bolage case were quite a little bit different because he's from the same region with Obasanjo. So he did not fly like the one you are talking about, Wike. Wike is not the same region. Wike is another region entirely. He's from the south-south.
South-south.
So in his own case now, he's using that tactics to lobby the south-south. You know, the south-south now have Senate President, you have the Minister of to the Federal Capital of Abuja. So the south-south is giving them this Lagos-Calabar road. So the south-south governors and the southeast, they begin to towards that line because of that massive project is doing in that region, and the likes of Akpabio and Wike, they are also winning who support towards that line. So we be seeing those body language because we will be sending them those errands to go and work for him, especially in the PDP. And you cannot forget that these people are from the PDP also.
And we are powerful.
They are from the
very
PDP.
Powerful.
Fabio is from PDP. Wike is from the PDP.
He's still in PDP, so one leg him.
So these people will always have a way to mingle and woo PDP members to come to APC. And they are working directly with the president. So you can all rule that out. So the president is using that tactics, that gimmick to woo those people to his side. So you cannot find out one thing. You have to give in to him. What other people should learn from and start working is how can we upset this man. So we should capitalize on his flaws. That's how you are sitting. Look at his flaw. Look at areas that he's not able to capture. Area that is having lapses, and start working towards that line. That is the only way we can get it right. The man the other day he went to Lagos. He's trying to win back his godson, his lost son, which is Olu. So these are things that the president is doing. So you can see that even the Osun now, Osun governor is trying to steer towards that shows that most people even that shows that is likely to take all the southwest. So with that now, that body language will be telling you that you have to work harder to be able to win this APC government now. So these are the things that the opposition should look inward and see how they can strategize the way it's doing now. If not, they cannot match him.
If not, they cannot match him. Right. You know, this statement you made now, because I know we are gradually, crescendoing on this conversation. We are getting to the end of the conversation. But you see, this conversation that you made me remember a post I saw on Twitter by one of those political stalwarts, and he said something. He said, many times the oppositions underestimate the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, talking about some of the strategies they go by, talking about some of the ways they talk down on him and all that. Do you think that statement is genuine, talking about the fact that many times the opposition, especially this current coalition, are really underestimating the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
Of course. Now, I said it earlier on that he's a man that have experience. You have seen it all. So you cannot push that as a pushover. He's a man that have contributed a lot. A singularly governor that bring back about 5 states. So it shows that he have capacity. He go to the board to form a APC with 5 governors. It shows that he have capacity. He not only 5 governors, senators, reps, to merge with a party, to merge and form a particular party. So all these opposition that are coming up should go back and rethink those strategies that these people are using. How do we fight them? Yes, this is a man that have capacity to have a cable stations that is running for him. So you have enough program for medias to work for him. So all these things that you are just saying that all these people should look inward and see how they can strategize. If not, we cannot push him out. The man have done his homework. In the areas of medias, he have put himself into the media, he have showcased himself. So you don't just come up overnight and push him out. You have radio station, you have media, television stations, you have link in those media, printing is there. So you cannot push him out. You talk about the nation today, you cannot rule out Ahmed Tinubu, the president. So these are things that you have be able to
learn over time.
Push ahead. These are things that people should wake up and do. And today now we having majority of those who have media are part of it. Like of governor of Abba State. What is the former governor?
Oti Alex Peazu.
He's not former governor of Abia.
Oji Uzokalu, yeah.
Oji has the Sun newspaper. He's one of those people that have. So all these people are independent. They have managed to have print their stewardship in all these areas. That you cannot just rule them out easily. They have paid their price.
With all of these things that you've mentioned now, what do you think about 2027 election? What do you think about it?
In 2007 election, we're going to be. My own take is that the opposition will still come out. Opposition will come out, but let's see how strong they will be. That is just what we are waiting for.
I was even thinking of strength because they were talking about the fact that we'll be at 6 million, Atiku at 6 million. That if they are combined, if they had combined, they would have beaten it. But do you think that momentum?
That was then. That was when Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president, did not have this power now. It was when he was still fighting. Now you have more people, more states are being won, more senators are defected from NNPP, from PDP, from Labour parties, from YPP
and
all those people that are coming to APC. So it's more stronger than then. So let us just say it the way it is, that it's more formidable than before.
Well, we'll see. 2027 is coming. Anything can still change, actually. Defections can still happen. Nigerian politicians, we know them to defect anytime they wish. They could be in APC today, PDP tomorrow, APC the next morning. So definitely, we've seen it happen. We've seen Dogara. Okay, Dogara. He has moved 4 times in a space of 10 years. So definitely anything can still happen, actually. But then thanks so much for being a part of this discussion. We really appreciate you. Yeah, but it's time to actually take sports. After sports, we come back to say our goodbyes on Daybreak Africa. So please stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. Yes, it's still Daybreak Africa. I hope you enjoyed the sports for today, especially for many of us that actually watched the whole thing. Yeah, and for those of us that love sports, gradually we are getting to the Club World Cup. I'm very happy. She can't relate because she does not know sport. You did not even watch the tennis of the last week. You don't even know what's going on. You have to see ladies play tennis. You need to change your lifestyle.
I'm trying. I'll work on that.
You work on that?
Yes, I promise.
I don't believe in your promises. Your promises are not sure. It's against what I believe.
Oh my God! But why are you dragging me this morning?
No, I just feel like dragging somebody. Yeah, you need to drag someone.
I don't have that energy.
Well, when do you always have energy?
I don't.
There's no energy. That's why you can't do politics. Look at it now.
What?
It's not like you now. If the coalition and just tries to get you into their party, I don't know what you can do for them, actually, because they even need a lot of things right now. Because from the discussion we had with Gbenga, actually, you begin to discover that beating President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027 is going to be really Herculean. Like it's going to be a very tough task.
Yes, because 22 governor, that's like 22 states already.
Almost in the pockets. That is if the people don't, because the people have the biggest power, though. If the people decide today that we're not going to vote for you, definitely they are not voting for you. But then, mass communication has taught me that there's something they call the two-factor, the two-step flow, actually. And when they talk about two-step flow, even though media has influences on the people also, they submit to their opinion leaders, their leaders across quarters. That is to say, maybe the governors of their states, leaders of their community, and all those kind of things. Those people have stronger influences on them many of the time. So sometimes if you want to talk to them, you have to talk to those people. Now imagine people that loves their governor so much, and their governor is telling them, okay, this time around I would like us to vote for this person. Definitely it's a very huge factor.
Yes, yes.
So we have to look at that. Then we have not seen much from the coalitions, or maybe very top politicians actually moving into the coalition. We don't even yet have a full party for the coalition.
But I even feel like 2027 is still kind of
Far.
still, yeah.
I don't think
anything
it's far
can
anymore.
not like too far, we know, but anything can happen.
My own thing is just that you guys should just focus on governance. Leave politics first.
For
focus
now,
on governance.
anything can happen.
Anything can still happen, though. And I think I buy that. Me, I want anything to happen, so that at least it won't be a one-sided competition in 2027. But till then, please do your homework, guys. Let's see what happens in 2027. Till tomorrow again on Daybreak Africa, my name will still remain Ikhonede Joshua Odeji. See you guys tomorrow.
And my name will still remain Miracle Odunayo. Stay productive.
Bye guys.